Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, this message is for you. You may have thought it was your imagination, a fleeting shadow across your heart, a tremble in the midnight hour that you tried to silence with logic. But God says no, what you felt last night was not random. It was heaven stirring inside you. It was the voice of the Holy whispering through the fabric of your spirit. It was the breath of angels brushing against your dreams. Archangel Michael reveals, what you felt last night was not random. The stirring, the weight, the sudden burst of emotion that you could not explain, it was not a trick of the mind, not a stray thought, not a forgotten memory floating up by accident. It was heaven aligning itself with your soul. It was a message being planted in you. This powerful message is for you. Open now. You have been walking a road where every step has felt heavier than the last. You have been carrying questions that you tucked beneath your smiles. You have buried prayers deep within you, afraid to speak them aloud, afraid they might never be answered. But heaven has not been silent. Even when you thought the skies were closed, even when you assumed your tears fell into nothingness, God was watching. God was collecting every sigh, every whispered hope, every trembling prayer you dared not even finish. God will be with you, rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Even now, as you read these words, the Spirit is stirring again, deeper and deeper, because heaven knows your name. Heaven knows your fears. Heaven knows the path that stretched out before you long before you ever knew you would walk it. Finally, God is exposing what has been hidden, what has been veiled, what you needed to know but were not ready to bear until now. Archangel Michael reveals, what you felt last night was not random. It was the beginning of a great unveiling. It was a moment so powerful that all of heaven leaned closer. It was the vibration of your spirit recognizing its origin, heaven itself. You are not lost. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. Every promise God made over your life still stands. Even when you wandered, even when you questioned, even when you collapsed in exhaustion, the promises hovered like a song above you, waiting for your spirit to awaken again. The time has come. That is why your heart stirred so violently. That is why your spirit wept without reason. That is why you could not escape the feeling that something was calling you higher, deeper, closer. You were being summoned. Heaven was speaking. Archangel Michael hath been assigned to you not for a moment, not for a season, but for your entire life. His wings have shielded you in battles you never even saw coming. His prayers for you have been louder than your own. His cries have reached the Father's throne, pleading for mercy, for restoration, for renewal over your life. And now He reveals to you what you need to hear. Last night's stirring was the whisper of destiny. It was the breath of heaven moving the tides of your future. It was the unlocking of doors you have been banging against for years. It was the moment your waiting began to end. This powerful message is for you. Open it now. Heaven is not indifferent. God is not silent. The angels have been dispatched on your behalf. The heavens have been writing new beginnings for you. And it all begins with this, the opening of your heart to what is being spoken now. God says, I have seen every night you cried alone. I have heard the words you spoke into the darkness, words you were certain no one else could hear. I have seen the burdens you carried so quietly, pretending to be strong when inside you were crumbling. And still, you rose each day. Still, you kept going. Still, you dared to hope, even when hope felt like a cruel game. But God says, your hope was never in vain. Every prayer was a seed, and now the harvest is upon you. The ground you thought was barren is breaking open with life. The dreams you thought were dead are breathing again. The parts of you that went numb are awakening, and you will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. Archangel Michael reveals what you felt last night was not random. It was the Spirit of God hovering over your life, preparing to call forth light from darkness, preparing to call forth beauty from ashes, preparing to call forth songs from sorrow. It was the prelude to a resurrection you didn't even know you needed. You thought you were abandoned, but you were being hidden. You thought you were rejected, but you were being protected. You thought it was the end, but it was only the beginning. And now, the shift has begun. This is not just another message. This is not just another word. This is the divine lifeline being thrown into the deep waters where you drifted, unsure if you would ever find shore again. Grab it. Hold it. Believe it. Heaven has not stopped moving on your behalf. God says, I am not finished with you. I am not done writing your story. What you thought was a period was only a comma. What you thought was death was only transformation. What you thought was silence was the sound of heaven working in the unseen places of your life. Finally, God is exposing the truth. You have never been alone. Not for a second. Not for a breath. Every heartbeat was witnessed. Every tear was seen. Every broken prayer was carried by angels straight to the heart of the Father. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are pursued with relentless mercy. You are crowned with favor you cannot see yet, but soon you will. You will feel it. You will walk in it. You will testify of it. What you felt last night was not random. It was heaven's heartbeat echoing in your spirit. It was the pulse of destiny accelerating in your soul. It was the Spirit of God announcing, get ready. The time is now. This powerful message is for you. Open it now. Let the words fall over you like rain in a dry land. Let the truth heal you like oil poured over wounds too deep for human hands to touch. Let the Spirit lift you out of the dust and into the light. The season you are stepping into will not look like the season you are leaving behind. The pain you carried into this moment will not define the life you are about to walk into. The fears that chain you will fall powerless at your feet. The shame that haunted you will dissolve in the light of grace. God says, I am making all things new. The rivers that dried up will flow again. The dreams that shattered will be rebuilt stronger than before. The parts of you that you thought you lost will be restored sevenfold. Archangel Michael reveals what you felt last night was the first wave of breakthrough. It was the holy trembling that precedes a miracle. It was the shaking that comes before chains fall. It was the whisper that comes before the shout of victory. Do not doubt what you feel now. Do not dismiss the trembling in your spirit. Do not silence the hope that is trying to rise again inside you. This is heaven speaking. This is your Father calling. This is love pursuing you beyond every wall you built, every fear you hid behind, every lie you believed about yourself. This powerful message is for you. Open it now. Heaven is pouring out what you have long needed. Healing for your wounds. Strength for your journey. Courage for your next step. Joy for your mooring. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not too late to be chosen. You are not too far gone to be called home. God says, you are still my beloved. You are still my chosen. You are still the one I delight to redeem. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust me. Pray to me. Return to me with your whole heart. Finally, God is exposing the truth hidden beneath all your doubts and fears. You are stronger than you think because I am your strength. You are more loved than you feel because I am love itself. You are more called than you realize because I spoke your destiny before the foundations of the world. Archangel Michael reveals, what you felt last night was the turning point. This powerful message is for you. Open it now. Let it mark you forever. Let it brand your soul with hope that cannot be extinguished. Let it pull you into a future brighter than you dared imagine. This is your time. This is your moment. Heaven is rejoicing. The angels are singing. The Spirit is moving. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. You are not finished. You are beginning again, under the banners of grace, led by the Spirit of the living God who calls you by name, who delights in you, who will never let you go. Open it now, beloved. This is your miracle. God says this message is for you. Listen very carefully, for heaven has orchestrated this moment so you would hear it exactly when your spirit was ready. This is not by accident. This is not by chance. It is the divine timing of your life unfolding in a way that no earthly mind could predict, no earthly hand could stop. The heavens declare it. The angels have been preparing for it. The earth itself holds its breath for you, because the word is being spoken now. Big announcement. You are going to leave your house forever tomorrow because the story that was written for you is about to begin a new chapter that nothing and no one will ever be able to erase. God says, there comes a moment in every soul's journey when the place that once held them can no longer contain what heaven has birthed inside. There comes a moment when the familiar walls, the old ceilings, the rooms full of yesterday's echoes can no longer be the cradle for what God is building inside you. You have been faithful. You have been patient. You have endured seasons of waiting, seasons of sorrow, seasons of stillness so heavy that it pressed against your very breath. But now, God says, the shift is here. A moment is not coming, it has come. Tomorrow you will leave your house forever, because the assignment on your life demands a new land. It demands a new territory. It demands a new atmosphere that will not choke your destiny, but will allow it to breathe, to stretch, to grow into the fullness of what God planted inside you even before your first breath. You are not just moving from a house. You are stepping into prophecy. You are stepping into fulfillment. You are stepping into the promises that God whispered over you in the deep places, in the places you thought no one else saw. God says, do not be afraid. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are shielded. You are guarded more carefully than the rarest treasures of heaven itself. Trust God. Pray to Him. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. He already has. Even now, your spirit feels the stirring, the trembling, the holy discontent that has been whispering for months that something was about to change. You were right. You were hearing the voice of destiny. Finally, God is exposing big announcement. The time you prayed for, the future you secretly wondered if you would ever taste, the promise that sometimes felt like a distant dream, it is here. It is closer than the breath in your lungs. It is unfolding around you even as you read these words. And yes, it will require a leaving, a stepping out, a parting from what had been familiar, comfortable, and safe. But God says, the safety you have known is nothing compared to the protection you will walk into when you obey. The provision you have clung to is nothing compared to the abundance that will meet you when you say yes. You are not leaving just a house, you are leaving old battles behind. Old fears. Old heartbreaks that have clung to the walls like cobwebs. You are leaving the echoes of prayers cried into pillows, the footprints of pacing floors at midnight, the silent questions that hovered over your sleep. You are stepping out of a graveyard of almost and not yet and stepping into a garden of now and fulfilled. God says, I have gone ahead of you. I have prepared a place for you. A place where you will not just survive but thrive. A place where the tears of your past will water the seeds of your future. A place where the weight you carried will be lifted, and you will finally breathe in the wide open spaces of my goodness. Trust me. I know the way. I hold the map in my hands, and I have written your path with light. I have drawn the road with stars. Even when you cannot see all the steps, know that every one is lit by the fire of my love for you. Even when the night feels long, know that morning is written into your destiny. You may wonder why it has to be tomorrow. Why so sudden? Why now? And God says, because you have been prepared longer than you realized. Because there are promises attached to your obedience. Because there are blessings that have been held in reserve, waiting for the precise moment when you would step into your next season. This is not just about you, it is about everyone your life will touch. There are people whose healing depends on your yes. There are prayers that will be answered because you moved when heaven said move. There are dreams that will be born because you had the courage to leave what was no longer your home. You have outgrown the place you are in, not just physically, but spiritually. The ceilings are too low for the height God is giving you. The walls are too narrow for the breadth of your calling. The floor is too shaky for the weight of the glory you are about to carry. It is time. Heaven has declared it. The clock has struck its appointed hour. Big announcement. You are going to leave your house forever tomorrow because the next chapter cannot fit into the old container. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. You cannot fly with chains on your wings. You cannot enter the promise while clinging to the familiar. But oh, the beauty that awaits you. God says, what I have prepared for you will leave you in awe. Rooms filled with peace. Doors that open without effort. Windows that pour in the sunlight of my favor. Doors strong enough to dance on. Roofs high enough to let your dreams grow wild and free. You will look back at this house not with sorrow, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons it taught you. Gratitude for the battles you fought and survived. Gratitude for the nights you almost gave up, but didn't. Gratitude for the prayers that rose like incense and were caught by my heart. And you will move forward with joy. You will pack not just your belongings, but your testimony. You will leave carrying the evidence that God is faithful, that God is a keeper of promises, that God does not forget His children, that God finishes what He starts. Trust God. Pray to Him. Let your heart be light. Let your spirit be free. Angels are already surrounding you. They are clearing the path. They are preparing the place. They are singing songs of victory over your journey. Finally, God is exposing this truth. You are not being pushed out, you are being called up. You are not losing, you are gaining. You are not being abandoned, you are being promoted. Tomorrow will not just be a moving day, it will be a birthing day, a coronation day, a day that will be written in the archives of heaven as the day you step fully into your destiny. Every step you take will be matched by 1,000 angelic footsteps, marching in unison with your obedience. Do not fear the unknown. God is already there. Do not fear leaving behind what you have known. God has prepared better. Do not fear tomorrow. God holds it in His hands, and His hands are guarded with love for you. Big announcement. You are going to leave your house forever tomorrow because the world you were born for it is waiting. The prayers your ancestors prayed are waiting. The promises your heart has clung to are waiting. The harvest you have been sowing for, grinding for, believing for it is ready. You are stepping into more than a new place. You are stepping into the answer. You are stepping into the miracle. You are stepping into the fullness of every whispered prayer, every silent cry, every dream you dared to dream in the lonely hours. God says, I have written this day in my book long before you lived it. I have carved your path into the very fabric of time. I have waited patiently, gently, lovingly for this moment. And now, heaven celebrates. Heaven rejoices. Heaven watches in holy silence as you read these words and feel your spirit rise with hope. Finally, God is exposing this moment, the shift, the calling, the exodus into promise. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. You are appointed. You are anointed for such a time as this. Trust God. Pray to Him. And when tomorrow comes, walk boldly into your new beginning. Let your footsteps echo with faith. Let your heart beat with freedom. Let your spirit soar with joy. The door will open wide. The light will pour in. And you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God was with you all along. Big announcement. Your new season starts tomorrow. Step forward. Heaven is waiting. God says, this message is for you. You are not here by accident. You are not stumbling upon these words by coincidence. Your spirit was led here because heaven has ordained a moment of awakening, and your soul has been yearning for it without even knowing how deeply it longed to be reached. Archangel Michael reveals what you felt last night was not random. Every shiver, every tear you could not explain, every sudden memory that flashed in your mind as you lay under the ceiling of your room, none of it was random. None of it was without meaning. This powerful message is for you. Open now. There is a sacred call rising in the atmosphere. God Himself has leaned in closer to your life than ever before. The nights you thought you were alone, the hours when your heart ached with an invisible heaviness, heaven was nearer than your breath. Archangel Michael hovered close, bearing messages in the spirit realm, pleading silently for your eyes to open, your ears to hear. And now, heaven refuses to be silent any longer. The message must reach you. The door must swing open. The revelation must flood in like sunlight through shattered glass. God will be with you, rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Trust is the bridge that will carry you from where you stand into the garden of healing that has already been planted for you. Every broken moment, every closed chapter, every betrayal and every lonely tear was not the end, it was the beginning of a divine weaving. A pattern you could not see yet. But now, the unveiling has begun. Finally, God is exposing what you could not understand before. He is revealing what was hidden behind the veil of your confusion and fears. Archangel Michael reveals what you felt last night was not random. It was the trembling of your spirit recognizing the proximity of heaven. It was your heart feeling the footsteps of angels moving around you. It was your soul responding to the magnetic pull of divine destiny, whispering, "Wake up, beloved. Wake up. The time is near." You were never abandoned. You were never ignored. Even when you shouted into what felt like a deaf sky, even when you wept into pillows that seemed to absorb every wordless prayer, even when you whispered, "Does anyone see me?" Heaven answered. God answered. The silence was not rejection. It was preparation. The stillness was not indifference. It was the sacred pause before the revelation. And now, that pause is breaking. That silence is shattering. You, beloved soul, are standing in a moment so rare that heaven itself holds its breath for you. You are standing at the edge of a divine meeting, a collision between the pain you have carried and the purpose that has been waiting for you. Open now. Let it wash over you. Let it enter the parts of you that you thought were too ruined to ever be touched by light again. Let it find you. God says, I have seen you in your hiding places. I have heard the sighs you thought no one could hear. I have counted every step you took when you felt too broken to move. I have loved you through it all. And now, I am bringing you into the fullness of what was always meant for you. Archangel Michael has carried this message through the storms of your life. Every sleepless night, every moment you questioned your worth, every time you doubted that you mattered, he stood guard, whispering, praying, crying when you cried. And now, his voice echoes louder than ever. This powerful message is for you. Open now. What you felt last night was the earth beneath your spirit shifting. It was the ground shaking because a new season is being born in your life. It was the stirring of promises you forgot. It was the resurrection of dreams you buried. You thought it was over. You thought too much time had passed. But God says, I restore the years the locusts have eaten. I make rivers in the wasteland. I cause dead things to live again. You are about to witness what only heaven could orchestrate. You are about to see doors swing wide that no man could open. You are about to step into rooms your name has been whispered in long before you ever arrive. Trust God. Pray to Him. Do not rely on your own understanding. Do not lean on the map others tried to give you. I, the Lord your God, am your map. I am your way through the wilderness. I am the voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Finally, God is exposing the lies that wrap themselves around your identity. The voices that said you were too broken, too late, too unworthy, those voices are being silenced now by the roar of heaven declaring, chosen, loved, anointed, protected. You are not what happened to you. You are not the failures you replay in your mind. You are not the abandonment that pierced your heart. You are not the words spoken against you in secret. You are the handiwork of the Creator. You are the dream of God wrapped in human skin. You are the song of heaven sung into existence for such a time as this. Archangel Michael reveals again, what you felt last night was a holy stirring, a heavenly announcement. You were feeling the very breath of God whispering across your life, saying, get ready. You are not alone. You have never been alone. The loneliness you felt was real, but it was never confirmation of abandonment. It was an invitation to press deeper, to reach higher, to open wider. You were being drawn, not forsaken. You were being invited, not ignored. This is the hour of awakening. This is the moment when the veils fall and your eyes see clearly what your heart has always known but was too wounded to believe. You are beloved beyond comprehension. God says, I have carved your name into the palms of my hands. I have watched over you when you slept. I have held your spirit when your strength failed. I have laughed with you in secret victories and wept with you in silent defeats. You are mine. This powerful message is for you. Open now. Don't let fear close the door again. Don't let disappointment drown out the whisper of heaven. Don't let regret become the chains that keep you from flying. You are made for more. You are destined for more. You are appointed for more. You are stepping into a season where your scars will shine, not as wounds, but as trophies of survival. You will wear them like medals, proof that you have walked through fire and come out gold. The ache you felt last night, the sudden flood of memories, the trembling in your chest that was heaven reminding you of who you are. That was Archangel Michael standing at your side, weeping tears of fierce love over your destiny. That with the Spirit of God hovering over your chaos, preparing to speak, "Let there be light," once again. Open now. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Do not dismiss this moment as another passing feeling. It is not. It is the divine hand reaching for you, the voice of eternity calling you home to your true self. God says, "I will be with you. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you." You do not need to fear. You do not need to strive. You only need to trust me, to pray, to let me lead you into the life that has been waiting for you all along. Finally, God is exposing the truth that has been hidden by your pain. You are destined for joy that cannot be stolen, for peace that surpasses understanding, for love that does not fade. Archangel Michael is weeping, but these are not tears of sorrow, they are tears of triumph. He knows what is waiting for you if you will open now. He sees the treasures heaven has stored up for you. He sees the chains falling. He sees the prisons of fear crumbling. He sees you stepping into a freedom you thought was only for others. What you felt last night was the beginning. What you feel right now is the continuation. And what you will feel soon is the eruption of new life breaking forth from the soil of your heart. This powerful message is for you. Open now. Heaven is still shouting. Angels are still singing. The Spirit is still stirring. You are standing at the threshold. All of heaven is cheering for you. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Every time you pray, heaven moves. Every time you whisper His name, angels are dispatched. Every time you believe, even with trembling hands, heaven rushes to your side. The night is over. The morning has come. The old has passed. The new has begun. Step through the open door. Step into the light that has been waiting to embrace you. Step into the life God dreamed over you when He formed you in the secret place. Finally, God is exposing the love that has been chasing you all along. And today, it catches you. Today, you are overtaken by the flood of mercy, the ocean of grace, the tide of unfailing love. This is your moment. This is your miracle. This is the turning point heaven has orchestrated from the foundations of the earth. This is the answer to prayers you thought were forgotten. This is the fulfillment of promises you thought were denied. This powerful message is for you. Open now. Heaven had been waiting. Archangel Michael has been waiting. God Himself had been waiting. And now, beloved, it's time. If you believe in God, type Amen, subscribe for more videos.